Hi, this is Jeffrey again. I hope you enjoyed drawing the last character from A Tale for Christmas, Zach's Quest. Today it's going to be the big man himself. We're going to learn how to draw Santa Claus. Okay, here we go with the jolly old man himself, Santa Claus. And again, I'm going to start off just sort of getting a good feeling. Start off with the head, sort of figure out how I want to do this because he's kind of a big chunky guy, so you got to get it just about right. And I want to make sure that he's sort of very well planted because of his girth, as they say. He's got a very large girth. So I'm going to want to get his kind of belly in here, which plays a big part of it. I want to get sort of his, nice little gut because he's going to have this boots. So it's going to be sort of off like this. And again, trying to just keep it really simple so that I can just sort of visualize it and see what it is. I want to make sure that I get his, I'm going to do sort of another presentation of Santa like this so that things are kind of open. But that'll also help me get his suspenders because I want to have these big chunky suspenders coming down here like this. So I'm going to just kind of, again, I'm just roughing it in, very simple, trying to get that sense of, maybe he has like a pouch in the front where he has things that he uses when he has to make notes on toys or things like that. Maybe obviously a big old pocket here. I think Santa would have tons of pockets. I'm going to have him already sort of wearing some kind of boots here as if he's ready for action. This is without the jacket now, remember. I'm just because there's a lot of stuff that Santa has. He has a lot of stuff on him all the time. So I'm going to have him have the sleeves. Going to, again, sort of set up the big hands here. And again, notice how I'm just keeping it very rough. And now I want to get into where his head's going to be. Because his body is such a big part of who he is. You got to make sure it all works together. Clearly his nose is a big part of his face. So he's got these big furry eyebrows, so I'm going to put these cute eyes over here like this, looking up, smiling for us. He'll have these big, cute, rosy cheeks like that. And that'll get us into the mustache, which is over the beard, because the beard's going to sort of go up into this area here like that. And it is going to be big. So we're going to want to maybe pull the buttons down a little bit so that it kind of lippy floppy over here like this. Go like this. I think I'm going to actually have his hat on him, but I love that sometimes he has this little tuft of hair sticking out from under the hat like that. And then I'm going to pull it up like this. Here we go. Pull this. I'm going to have just the edge of it just showing back over here like that. Let me get this. Okay. Now, like I said, he's a little bit more complicated of a character because he has all this big curly beard like this. Of course, he has those big old boots, which he wears. So that's going to help there. Make sure I get those down right. I'll put a little bit of a fold in there like that. I think I want to give him a little bit of a sleeve here. And now I'm going to put those big old chunky hands here. Because he's no lightweight. There we go like that. And then we got like that. So now I've kind of felt my way into it. I want to feel like this back goes up in here like this, and he's got these baggy old pants. I'll tweak it again. Remember, just like in the other characters, I'm gonna adjust things as I go through it a little bit. I'm gonna sort of maybe move things around a little bit. Since this is all original. So here, I want to go in there again, especially with this guy. That's going to help me a lot. to get his eyes to work. I like getting a little bit of a sparkle in that eye. I think it really helps. And he's got these rather bushy, thick eyebrows. Here we go. Got that big red nose, which he uses for his magic as well. Got the nice little creases because he's a jolly old Saint Nick. Let me get the little hair tuft go like this. I'll put some little lines in there like that. Let me get this. There we go. I always loved the old sort of 1950s Santa Claus was my kind of thing. I loved that old guy, and you'd see in the commercials, and you'd think, oh man, he is nice. There we go. Let me get that. Of course, this is just line. When we do the color versions, which you'll see at some point, all his beard will be nice and shiny and white, and he'll be all cozy with his red suit. There we go. Get a nice thick button on here by showing little things like that. I'll pull this down a bit, and I think I'm going to show a little bit of this and a couple of tension lines here, which will help feel like it's stretching and pulling. I think I'm going to go a little bit more on that belly. Of course, when he's got that big old coat on here, then of course it'll even be bigger, or it'd feel a lot bigger anyways. Here we go. Nice big fat cuffs for the pants. Maybe a couple of creases there. There we go. Big old pocket here. Maybe there's a couple of stitches there that the missus had to patch because it came right through. Come down like this. And I always save, for some reason I always save the little fluffy stuff to the end, don't I? I guess it's true. I kind of always see him as having these big chubby fingers, so you'll have to forgive me for that. Let me get this on there like this. Get the heel in here. And let me pull this over here, a little bit there, and get this underneath here. Maybe have a little bit of a crease there. I think we're going to add a little bit of a stitch here. I think that's kind of fun. Make him feel like he's got some putting together here. Now I'm gonna put that big fluffy fur back in there like that. Just because he's fuzzy, I think I'll put a little rosy cheeks on there and a rosy nose. Sometimes you can just blur things around and it looks cute. Now I'm going to go over it like I did before to bring him out a little bit on the silhouette. I also find that the silhouette can really make or break a drawing. The old guys used to tell me when I was a kid that sometimes when they were doing some of the Mickey shorts and things like that, or they were doing Donald Duck, they would literally just blacken in the entire character to see what the silhouette was like and if it really worked, if it really did have an emotional feeling for whatever they were trying to do or what they were trying to say. A lot of that has to do with the action of a character too, because it's obviously action poses opposed to this. Sometimes these kind of drawings are harder to do because they're not in motion. They're more just a pose to say, okay, this is what it looks like. Kind of like if you were at a department store and you saw a billboard cutout of a character. But if you can go to a Xerox machine and copy your drawing and then color it in to see if it works, if it still feels like your character, then you know you've kind of succeeded. I think I'm going to go in there a little bit, go up. And again, don't be afraid of getting it off, anything off a little model, because it will change a little bit, but also everybody draws a little different. I think I put a little shininess on his boot there just to sort of make it feel like it's black leather, because that was what it would be. And let me just do one thing here, and then do a little crease up in there. Make him a little bit more cozier, a little bit more pudgier. And there's our Santa. I hope you enjoyed learning to draw this character, and please be sure to check out the other lessons in this series. Merry Christmas!